Well, thank you so much for coming on this very special day, the most special day of every academic year. I'm Sonia Hurt, and I have the honor of serving as Dean of the College of Environment and Design. Congratulations to everyone, to our graduates, to their families, and all the friends of the College of Environment and Design who are here. What an honor it is for me to stand in front of you today as we celebrate the class of 2025. Before I continue, I would like to ask our distinguished faculty and staff to get up just for a moment. These exceptional faculty and staff have made the students' journey possible, and without them we will not be standing here today. So thank you, faculty and staff, for everything you've done for our college and for our students. This year, our college has taken remarkable steps forward. For those of you, especially in landscape architecture, I would like to highlight that this year we welcomed the largest ever freshman Bachelor of Landscape Architecture class, and we have about 250 students in the bachelor program, which makes us, as far as I know, the largest, not to mention the best, landscape architecture program in the country. At the same time, we welcome the largest Master of Landscape Architecture class that I know of in recent history, and all our other programs are thriving. We are currently helping students acquire degrees, and altogether between our minors, majors, certificates, and graduate programs, we are serving 555 students, which, again, to my knowledge, is our record. So as I was telling you that we are taking remarkable steps forward, we actually have the data to prove it. I will not be highlighting every single program. I just want to mention, for example, that our newest certificate, which started just a year and a half ago, to give you a flavor of what growth we are experiencing. So this is the minor in urban planning, actually tripled in size in 1 year from 15 to 55. We, from August this year, actually, we will have another opportunity for students to diversify their educational portfolio by opening a certificate in construction management. And so I'm pretty convinced that when I stand here next year, we probably would have hit something around 600. So again, our college over the last 5 years has actually grown up by 30%, which is, from what I know, one of the 2 highest rates of growth within the University of Georgia in terms of percentages. But these are just numbers. And numbers, of course, are not the most important thing. These milestones underscore the expanding reach of our programs, but what truly defines the CED is the passion that you, students, bring to your work every day. In your time at the CED, you have won prestigious national awards from important professional societies like the ASLA and SELA. You have designed projects for climate resilience, honored historic places, and shaped sustainable cities. You've shown the drive, the creativity, the commitment to service that define our college and the future of our professional fields. Your work has been exhibited and honored by awards that vary in geography from Athens to Savannah to the Netherlands. Behind your success, of course, stands the dedicated faculty and staff whose guidance has opened the doors to emerging fields and has challenged you, our students, to question assumptions and embrace collaboration. It's the faculty and staff commitment that has ensured that you're ready for the challenges again. I also want to make a special note here to one very important group of people, alongside the students, the parents, and the family of the students. Again, congratulations. I know you're so proud of your friends and children's accomplishments, and the parents especially. I know that you're happy that you're done with tuition. Or are you? Today, our students are joining a growing network of remarkable alumni. I will just give a couple examples. So recently, last year actually, a graduate of ours, Ms. Kona Gray, who is not here, was elected as the current ASLA president. Last year, actually this year, we recognized 3 firms that are formed and led by graduates of ours as Bulldog 100s. For those of you who don't know what's a Bulldog 100, these are the fastest growing firms in the state of Georgia that the university recognizes. So among these 100, 3 are firms that have been established by our graduates. I mentioned that we currently hold a presidency of the ASLA, and I would just like to make a very brief note also about our faculty, not one by one, just a couple names. So like I said, the president of the ASLA, the American Society of Landscape Architecture, is our alum, and for the first time, I think, in history, the vice president of education of this esteemed professional society is our current Associate Dean for Academic Programs, Ashley Steffens. So congratulations to everyone. As far as I know, the ASLA is led by a team of 6, and we currently hold a 3rd. So my charge to you in about 5 or 10 years with all these new graduates is that we engineer a friendly takeover of all the leadership positions. I will just mention one additional faculty member. Again, we can go one by one, and you'll be really, really, really impressed by their accomplishments. But I just received an email yesterday from our very distinguished faculty member, Stephen Ramos, who is right here, and his book is out. So we have a lot of people. Please Google the name, and everyone buy the book. So it's the accomplishments of our faculty that remind us that the CED education that you all receive sparks both professional success and very, very meaningful impact on community as well as on the co-production of knowledge. None of these achievements would have been possible without the generosity of our friends and donors, and many of them are actually parents. So last year, we raised we surpassed $1.5 million in philanthropic gifts to the University of Georgia, which then we turn around and give as scholarships, fellowships, and other financial support to our students and faculty to continue to learn, to innovate, and to serve our communities. Again, congratulations to all. Now it is my honor to introduce our very distinguished convocation speaker, Mr. David Lorberbaum. He is an accomplished alum of the college whose career exemplifies the power of design to shape better communities. He brings with him not only professional experience, but also a deep understanding of the journey that our students are about to embark on in what we call real life. So David was raised in a small town in the foothills of North Georgia, and at an early age loved spending time outdoors with his grandparents, especially his grandmother, who opened his eyes to artistic endeavors. It was not until high school that he discovered the profession of landscape architecture, and he instantly knew that this was his passion. And it is this interest that led him at the time to the University of Georgia, and he graduated with a BLA degree in 2006. So it's just been 20 years, and you have to go on his website to see a really remarkable series of accomplishments. David enjoys building relationships that enhance landscape projects. He has worked on a wide range of projects that vary from personal residences to small gardens to entire estates to large commercial projects, including lifestyle centers and single-home communities. While not practicing landscape architecture, he enjoys spending time with his wife, Stephanie, and their two children, Caroline and Murray. And by the way, all of them are here. Thank you for making the journey. And in addition, David's parents are also here. So we want to thank them for coming and being part of our celebration today. In addition, he likes to fly fish and to attend University of Georgia football games, but then who doesn't? In addition to his many other accomplishments, David kindly is serving as chairperson of our Dean's Advisory Council. So he is a true and shining example of what our graduates can do with the education that they have received. Thank you again, and congratulations. David.
Yes, correct, yes. Good morning, everyone. That was very kind of Sonia to introduce me that way. So, all right. So, first, congratulations to all of you for making it to this special day. I know what it takes to get to this point, and it is an accomplishment that you will carry for the rest of your lives. When Dr. Hurt first asked me to be the speaker, I was slightly caught off guard. The butterflies on my stomach, which I currently have now, and nervous palm sweating were prevalent, even though we were just speaking on the phone. I was a little apprehensive about accepting because my first inclination is to always say no, but I've made that change over the years recently. So even though I run my own firm, I still had to go home and check with one person to see if it was okay and work with our schedules. As soon as I got home and talked to my real boss, my wife, she didn't even give me the chance to say no. She said, we have to call Dr. Hurt back and get back over to Athens anytime that we can. So I'm very thankful for that and that she did that. I mentioned this only because my wife and I met here 23 years ago at a parents' weekend, literally maybe a block that way. Even though she loves it here, she is an Auburn Tiger, and we make it work. So just keeping it at that. So, and she's always right when it comes to pushing me and making me do things out of my comfort zone. So thank you, Stephanie, for that. So 19 years ago, I was in your same seat. My parents were looking on just as they are now, so in front of all you. I can't tell you how fortunate I am to have them here for me and how I get to thank them in front of all of you, just as I hope you get to do that in 20 years to your parents and family. The journey to this accomplishment is rarely done alone, so if you have that supporting cast, then I hope you thank them, because mine was vast and I needed it, and so just to get to this point is, again, an accomplishment. So I hope you thank your parents, family, friends, and everyone else. So my journey may be like most of yours, but let me indulge you for just a minute about my path at one of my favorite places. I discovered landscape architecture in high school through a friend and my guidance counselor in the 10th grade. I immediately knew it was the career path for me. It blended a perfect amount of art and science, and most importantly, not a lot of math. At the time that I was applying to school here, it was just starting to become incredibly hard to get into. The Hope Scholarship had just started, and you guys know now how just difficult it is. So I spent my first year at Georgia Southern, and then finally realized my dream of attending UGA after transferring. At that time, we were still in Caldwell Hall, just up the street from here, before Terry took it over, like they've taken over everything. And I had several professors here, some that are still sitting below. I won't mention them by name because they may not want that. But they helped shape me, as I hope that they have helped shape you and prepared you for this next step in your journey. You're all so lucky to have attended one of the best colleges at one of the best universities in the country. Your time and your experience here will never go away, and it will serve as the foundation for your future. I inquired a little bit about this year's graduation graduation rates. Roughly 61 BLA, 7 MHP, 5 MLA, and 7 MUPD. That's amazing. I don't think my class was maybe 40 to 50 BLAs. So, Sonia's done a great job getting everybody in here, and then it's an accomplishment again of you guys graduating. So that's amazing. So I also looked at the past year's graduation rates and job placements. In 2024, the university had a 95% career outcome rate. The career outcome rates represent the number of graduates who are working or going on to continue their education. The CED, in comparison, the actual rate was closer to 97%. My assumption is that all of you have met or exceeded that benchmark as well, because I know the economy is still going pretty strong. Let that sink in for a minute. 97%. That's not just a number. That represents determination, resilience, long nights in the studio, last-minute critiques, and probably a few too many cups of coffee. But it also represents passion, community, and a belief in your purpose. It speaks to the power of this program, what happens when great faculty meet driven students. Take pride in that, and more importantly, remember that it doesn't stop here. This is just the start. Your journey will be full of numbers and outcomes and percentages. Promotions, deadlines, salaries, performance reviews, they'll all matter, but so will the immeasurables. Your character, your relationships, your courage to show up when things get tough. That's the real measure of your success, and no report can quantify that. And speaking of tough, don't be afraid to not have it all figured out right away. Life isn't a straight path. You may take a job and then realize it's not the right fit. You might move to a city and wonder if it's the right decision. That's okay. There's strength in questioning and power in pivoting. What matters most is that you keep moving forward with curiosity and intention. You're entering a world that is hungry for thoughtful, creative, and empathetic professionals. Whether you're restoring a historic neighborhood, designing a public park, or influencing policy, you are contributing to spaces that shape how people live, work, and connect. That's powerful. Never underestimate the value of your work. People may not always know why a space feels good, but you will, and that's your gift. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. That's another famous line from an alumni whose office is right down the road that was mentioned by him a few years ago. And yes, I am a diehard football fan too, but this quote transcends sports. It can touch our everyday lives, including your new career path. Whether that's taking on a new responsibility at work, moving to a new city, or even accepting the honor of giving a commencement speech 19 years after graduating. Pushing yourself through those experiences are valuable life lessons. We sometimes learn more from our failures than our successes, but if we don't take those small, uncomfortable risks, then we will never know. Don't be afraid to take those risks. I have a few more pieces of advice that I wanted to share. The first is from a great book called A Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl, where he says, everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of his human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given circumstances, to choose one's own way. Now, this may be an extreme scenario, but the principle is still there that we get to decide how to respond to life circumstances. Having a great attitude is contagious and can have a positive outlook on your mental and physical well-being. It's something that you can strive to have every day when you wake up. I try to remind my children of that every day. It's just... The second is effort. Attitude and effort are two things that we can always control. I believe that effective leaders, whether they are leaders in a school, the classroom, or world leaders, they recognize two things that they can control. They try to have a positive attitude, and they give a maximum effort to whatever challenges they encounter. Everyone will notice your effort when you are willing to listen and learn. This one is from my father. He has always been there for me and always has sound advice even when I don't want to listen. Upon graduation, he told me that school prepares you for a lot of things, but this school helps you to, 1, solve problems through critical thinking, and 2, the ability to connect to people. No matter if you're stepping into historic preservation or diving into the world of landscape architecture, the ability to problem solve and connect with others will start you on your new path. Those skills are what you have learned here and what you will carry with you into the next chapter of your lives. My last piece of advice, this just got brought up even in our meeting on Friday, but it is from my own personal experience, is having to do with the school. It's important to give back. At this point in your lives, you may not be able to give back financially, but you have an asset that is equally as important, and that is time. Whether you choose to be involved with a professional organization, a local community, or even your new alma mater, giving back will pay dividends for you and others into your future. Congratulations again, and go Dogs.
And now the moment we've all been waiting for. So we will be lining up our graduates. We are going in reverse chronological order. So we will be starting with the Master of Urban Planning and Design program. And the honor of reading the names is going to the graduate coordinator, Dr. Rivero.
Well, good morning, and thank you for being here, celebrating with us and with our students their accomplishment by obtaining a degree in our college. Well, as Sonia mentioned, I'm the program coordinator of the Master of Urban Planning and Design and also the PhD program. I think it's a big accomplishment for our students, especially because we have a mix of international students and domestic students, and they all make, both students, parents, and family, they make a big sacrifice many times. No? I think as our speaker today mentioned, parents play a very important role. I was lucky, just like him, to have parents that support me during all my career. I mean, every single accomplishment was a big one for them. I lost them. I lost one of them this year. And one way or the other, I want to honor this accomplishment this year to my mother, who passed away this year. So with that said, I want to welcome our students. And the first one is Mariam Ansari. Congratulations. Ashley Daniel, our second student. Congratulations. Hugh Knapp. Congratulations, Hugh. Maya Risha. And last but not least, Devon Thomas. And with that, I'm going to leave, who is coming now? Scott, I think. Yeah, our second presenter. Thank you.
Greetings all. I'm Scott Nesbitt, the Program Coordinator for Historic Preservation, and it is my pleasure to honor our graduates. These folks have done incredible work, have completed their theses, and all the other requirements for graduation. I'm really proud of them and their accomplishments. I also want to take one moment to honor two of our faculty who have retired this year, Professor James Reap and Wade Brown. They have made incredible contributions to our college over the last decades, and they will be deeply missed. So, without further ado, Madeline Garrity. Sarah Harrison. Adam Miller. Haley Rose. I also want to recognize the names of students who could not be here because of professional and other reasons who are graduating. Laura Lee Haga, Janeth Garcia Torres, Amy Andrews, Bobby Carpenter, Jeffrey Bussey, Maddie Markle, Mamie Sevier, and Leonardo Umberger. Thank you. I'll now let Brad Davis take it over.
Dare to touch the microphone. Good morning. It's wonderful to be here. It's a joy to be here to celebrate with our students. I'm Brad Davis. I have the honor of being the coordinator of the Masters of Landscape Architecture program. And it's a program that's very dear to my heart because I survived the same kind of program and it was transformative for me at another institution that will remain nameless. But I just want to take a second and just brag on this group of ladies that is about to cross the stage. These folks are a force to be reckoned with, and they are movers and shakers. They are leaders in the program, and they have earned many accolades throughout the program. I'll just mention a few. Hannah Brown has been an Archway Partnership graduate assistant, which is a very competitive position. And so has Sam Riggs and Sophie Hooks, so 3 of them. And Rachel Dingley has worked directly with Dr. John Calabria as one of his hand-selected grant assistants throughout the program. And Annalie Pienaar just yesterday was emailing about submitting to National ASLA Awards. By this time of the semester, usually everyone's done, you're ready to celebrate, but these are the kinds of students that are thinking about the next step, even with graduation upon us. So it's my honor to announce them as they come across the stage. So y'all come on. Hannah Brown. Rachel Dingley. Oh no. Sophie Hooks, Annalie Pienaar, and Sam Riggs. And next, my colleague Donnie Longenecker will come up for the Bachelor's of Landscape Architecture.
Good morning, everybody. I'm falling apart here. There's a story about a Hollywood celebrity who, in their travels around the country and watching the news, became very upset with things that were happening in society. And they kept saying, somebody should do something about this. Somebody should do something. And one day, the celebrity woke up and looked in the mirror and said, wait a minute, I am somebody, and I can do something. So I'm going to tell you just briefly what this group of somebodies has accomplished. They have raised over $30,000 in support of their fellow classmates in buying supplies for first-year students, allowing them to travel to various networking and professional organizations which are transformative for their career. They also reinstituted and reinvigorated the Student Ambassador Program, which is a huge component of our enrollment strategy, which involves retention and recruiting of students. So they help recruit new undergraduate students, and they also work to serve as mentors for some of their colleagues in the lower years to help us retain and help them understand that they need to keep pushing through the difficult times. So the last thing that this group of somebodies is going to accomplish today is to graduate from the University of Georgia with a degree in landscape architecture. So it's my pleasure to announce the graduates of our BLA program. Rima Abanaj, Sarah Adams, Jake Bentley, Anna Bernardo, Matthew Brick, Jane Brock, Caleb Butcher, Adeline Carlton, Anderson Shalot, Tommy Chambers, Josh Clark, Brock Corbin, Alexa Cruz, Sydney Daniel, Jack Davis, English Filburn, Catherine Foster, Aiden Griswold, Molly Hatcher, Lily Hollitz Costella, Ramon Jawani, Olivia Kell, J.H. Lee, Savannah Lockhart, Emmanuel Lopez, Mary Martin, Sam McDonald, Anna Lynn McElroy, Lolly McMahon, Tatum Michael, Ben Miller, Lauren Mussoff, Kate O'Donnell, Austin Odom, Susanna Parker, Jacob Peach, Shay Peters, Jolie Pickren, you know, Lauren Prokop, Ambar Rania Montanez, Stephen Ridgely, Ryan Roddy, Claire Smith, Hayden Sorrells, Ethan Thomas, KG Upchurch, Lauren Usher, Luis Uzma Gavira, Avery Van Nuss, Emery Wallen, Brittany Waldheim, Everett Wayman, Molly Williams, Rufus Wilson, Nadia Yankovsky, Yu Zhu, and Callie Zimmerman. And those are our BLA graduates. And now I'll turn the podium back over to Dean Hurt.
All right, so probably most of you do know that our college motto is prepared to shape the world, so now you really are entering the business of actually shaping it. No one can do this better than you. So graduates, As you step into the next chapter of your life, whether starting your career, pursuing further study, or setting off in some new direction I cannot possibly imagine, please carry forward with you the spirit of innovation and civic commitment that our college is dedicated to. As you grow in your careers, don't forget us, don't be strangers. Please be in contact and let us know of all your accomplishments so we can publicize them with you. And remember to help us lift those who follow after you. Mentor a fellow Bulldog, volunteer your expertise, share your story, and at the end of the day, make donations, even if you start with just $5 a year. Hopefully it grows to $5 million in a few years, but if not, we are grateful. I'm absolutely certain that we will continue to shape the world successfully, and I am so proud to know you. I know that at the end of the day, all of you will be very rich and famous, and the only thing I'd be able to say is that I knew him or her back then. Thank you, and again, congratulations to the class of 2025.